Here we go. Are you ready? It's happening. We're doing this thing.
Okay.
It's been a minute, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through.
Could be rough. Sometimes the ones coming back are the roughest.
Because
we are not in a good rhythm.
it'll be like falling off a bike.
That does not make me feel better.
All right, here we go.
Here we go!
Hey there, my name's Bubba,
My name's Anna.
and you're listening and/or watching the Church Nerds Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Allegedly,
I was wondering if we should just change the name of this podcast to like the Christmas Nerds Podcast because you guys, we only record at Christmas these days.
right now. Right now, we only record at Christmas.
I was like, hey, we should record an episode. And I pull up all of our history and it's like, you know what the last one we recorded was? Christmas last year. So, I don't know. I don't really know.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
listen, ever since you started your fancy job, your big girl job, you've got no time for me. You've got no time for
What?
The lovely listeners and or viewers here.
Yes. So, yeah. Well, I thought we should do like life update
First of all,
time.
I'm Bubba. I'm the CEO, president, founder here at Love Thy Nerd. And this is my lovely wife who has her
I
own
am
name.
Anna. Yes, my name is Anna, although I do sometimes go as Bubba's wife. Actually,
Cosplays is my wife, yep.
this last week, somebody said, "You're Bubba's wife." And I said, "That's my name." And then they said, "Oh, I bet I don't remember your name." And I was like, it's fine. I do go, my name is Anna, but I do go by Bubba's wife.
I like to say some of my best friends don't have names. And when I forget other people's names, like they have a name, it's very important to them. It has slipped my mind.
Well,
But I
that's
remember
rude.
your name though,
You better.
right?
You better.
Up top. Nailed it. So yes,
What are we doing?
we're doing a podcast.
Okay.
Anna was just saying, hey, this is ridiculous. The first one back is always the roughest, but we talk to each other all the time, almost daily.
We should be good at talking to each other.
Should be.
Yeah. Well, okay. So life update.
Life update.
Do you want to do a life update?
Sure. What have you been?
What's happened this
What
year?
have you been doing since our last podcast?
Work. Work is what I've been doing.
Next.
Now I work at a church and I handle like database stuff, and we're a planning center church for anybody who cares about church management systems, which I realize is a very small like sliver of people
Yes,
who
it is
care
a
about it, but that is
subset
my
of a subset
job
of a microcosm.
is
Yeah.
to know everything I can about planning center so that we can operate well. Oh, and I run the church calendar, which is an ordeal. We have a very busy, very active church. And so that I think is actually why they keep me around. The calendar, just the calendar.
That's not a terrible reason.
So-
If that's it, it's not a terrible reason.
Hey, and here's the ironic, maybe ironic is not the right word. It's just that I'm paid to keep the church on track when it comes to calendaring. Yet our personal calendar is such a mess. I cannot.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good.
But it's one of those things where it's like you keep work at work. You know?
Well, it's like I don't know. Maybe if you gave me performance reviews about
Oh, dude, this is the wrong podcast. Those videos do come across my feed though. But I am not going to do that to you.
I don't know why. I
don't
think
have
part
the
of it
authority.
is that I think that like sometimes people, even at church, they're like, you need to line up, you guys all need to line up your personal calendars with the church calendar. Like, let's make sure that we're supporting each other well. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Because part of I can remember the first day I looked at the church calendar when I came on my job. I'm the kind of person that when I see like 7 dots on a day or like dots on every day on your Apple calendar, I'm like, crippling anxiety. And so I think I have like with the church calendar, it's like fine because that's the norm. Like everything is full all the time. And so I'm used to seeing that. I think to pull that into personal then gives me just like, I don't know. I just feel like I can't do it. It's just too much. But then what happens is I completely neglect our calendar.
Oh, completely neglect.
So I actually rely on you more for like home calendaring.
And then my sweet wife, whom I love, you have the audacity.
You only say stuff like that when there's like a big but coming.
Yeah, but
I love you, but
you have the audacity to then go, well, you didn't have that in your calendar. Like you
sometimes you do because when I ask you things, you're like, did you check my calendar? And I'm like,
what's the answer? The answer is usually no.
So then on the times when I'm like, I don't want to bother him, I'm going to try checking his calendar. And then I plan a thing or something. And then you're like, oh, I'm doing such and such. And I'm like, you always tell me to check your calendar. And if I didn't check your calendar, you're like, just check my calendar and you'll know the answer. That's how you treat it.
For the most part,
and then you
accurate.
don't. Do you not hear the double standard as I'm saying?
Not when I talk. No.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so
for those of you unfamiliar with church nerds, it's a little bit of marriage counseling.
Yeah.
For everybody, not just for us, but for the listeners as well.
You know, like when you watch somebody else's relationship and then you think, maybe mine's not so bad. Maybe we're doing great. This is your moment. This
is our gift to you. More on that later.
Well, anyway, that's what I've been doing. What have you been doing?
Since last December, it's been a long time.
You're streaming again. So that's
like,
cool.
That's like really new.
Well,
like super
all
recent.
I can remember is this week. So.
Right. Yeah. Let's work in small chunks all the way back. It's going to be a long podcast. Buckle up. We have started streaming again. And that was something that Matt and I talked about, that we felt like we'd lost something. And that something was being able to like engage in community with people. And so we'd been live streaming. I mean, I've had people that throughout this year have been gracious enough and loving and caring enough about the things that God is doing in and through this ministry to donate towards so that we can have a better equipment. This camera that we're currently recording on is one of those things. And you could just go back and line it up, look at the last episode and look at this one. It's going to be different. But people are interested in us moving into those spaces, even if they're not necessarily engaging in those things. They're interested in us moving in those spaces. And we heard time and time again, like over the last year and a half or longer, hey, when are you guys going back to streaming? And we dealt with tremendous amounts. I mean, like very heavy weights of imposter syndrome with streaming. And we've been streaming.
The first time around?
No. Well, I mean, like towards the end of it. Towards the end of it. Because like we had been streaming on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, multiple platforms, since before it was like cool, right? Like everybody got into streaming in 2020 and we had been doing it. And so we were able to help people, like organizations, churches, get into streaming.
Yeah.
But we dropped off towards the, middle of a year and a half ago-ish because we felt like, hey, we're just getting on and we don't really have anything to say. But maybe that's a little bit of ego kind of getting into it, right? Because it's like, well, nobody really cared necessarily if they were learning. I think it's a lot like this podcast. Nobody's really caring if they're learning anything or if like it's new or exciting. They want the experience of community and hanging out.
Yeah.
And so we decided for Giving Tuesday this year, 2025, the year of our Lord, that we were going to start streaming again. And so we did a big 12-hour push. I sat right here in front of my computer and
you did do that.
For the better part of 12 hours, I sat there and either streamed myself or ran the stream. And it felt so good like, like I kind of went ham on it for a while there. Like, hey, where are you? Oh, you're stream. You got another stream that you're doing. Like, hey, when are you gonna spend time with the family?
Before, yeah.
What about these other things that we have?
It was a lot.
But hearing all these people that were just like, man, we miss it, and we're like, well, there's no accounting for taste, but we understand, and so,
people want to hang out with you.
Well,
they do.
But so again, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately speaking, I'm like, hey, I think I'm a pretty fun hang sometimes. But like, for people to be like, hey, we missed it.
Yeah.
We wanted to come back. So we just said, okay,
man.
We just said, okay.
Yep.
And so I stream on Tuesday nights. I say nights. I stream from 5 to 9 Eastern time. And then Matt streams on Wednesdays, 5 to 9 Eastern time. And we're kind of trying to build that out so that Radio Matt and Luke and, a couple of other people that can and would be a good fit can do that. And we're actually even in talks with somebody. I won't dox them right now because we're kind of working through all that stuff, but we're in talks to bring somebody on.
Breaking news.
Yeah, it's not really that breaking, but breaking to these people. To bring somebody on to be our stream producer, because that's one of the biggest issues we have is like, okay, well, we're live. What do we talk about?
Well, that is why it's part of the reason why you guys hopped out.
Yeah.
And it is part of why this has slowed down. You're right. And I think it was really common that we heard a lot about this in 2020 and the couple years after that.
Yep.
People are streaming a lot, and the creativity fatigue that happens
big time.
It was happening to a lot of people, and to our team included, not just you, not just us, but a whole bunch of our team that just like kind of ran out of steam, ran out of ideas, because it's hard to constantly think of new topics or even to sift through 1,000 garbage AI topics. Like, it's hard to source ideas, to source material.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
So anyway,
because we want to offer quality in everything that we do. Like, I'm a big quality snob, and some people look at some of the things I go and say, really? Are you sure about that? But I promise I am. Like, I'm trying as best as we are able to from an industry and an organizational standpoint to say, hey, the things that we give you, whether it is content or whether it is apparel or whether it is, physical product or anything like that, we want that to be the thing that people like want to come back for, right? So if we look at all that and we say, okay, cool, the quality may not necessarily be quote unquote in the things, like the way that the video is produced or the way that the live stream looks or feels or whatever, but the quality is in the actual product of people sitting there and talking and or playing a game, which we found that people are much more interested in just when we sit and talk. They're way more interested in that. We've been playing a lot of college football, 26, like a lot, and understands. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Been playing a lot of it. And so it's seeped into, hey, now we have content that we can do on the live stream. What we're finding out is the people that were like, hey, you should live stream are not super interested in college football.
They are not.
It's kind of a bummer, kind of a big time bummer, because Matt and I both are in 2 different leagues. One of them. You
guys are super into college football.
Oh, yeah. And so we kind of think maybe that's going to bring other people in.
Yeah.
Right. And it has. It absolutely has. But we do not want to alienate the other people. And so some of the things that we're talking about are like, hey, we want to actually do some Bible study stuff. We want to talk about some deep talk. What am I trying to say? Topics?
Deep topics?
Tropicals? I said tropicals. Deep topic. I almost said topical. That's what I said. But deep topics is what I'm trying to say. This is, you understand why?
Talking is hard.
We stopped streaming. So, but we have a lot of things to say, and we feel like we have a lot to actually give in these spaces, even though, I've said this 1,000 times. I'm creeping up on middle age. I am a cisgender Christian white male. And so I think the world has heard just about every word that I am going to say. But we're saying different things than people that fit into that category today in 2025.
Sure.
And we feel like we have a lot more hope and peace to bring into the world for the sake of Jesus Christ. And so we want to be able to kind of be with the people that want to be with us. And so even though it's the most recent thing that we've been doing, coming back to streaming, I think that probably is the most prevalent. We're working on different mission projects. Like, I'm really excited about that. We brought
some really big trips. You've gone international.
I have, yeah,
a couple of times.
Yeah, since
this year.
Twice. I went to the UK.
Yeah, you went to
Mm-hmm.
England and
that's in
Germany.
The UK?
And then was it your biggest trip yet?
To PAX Unplugged?
Yeah.
Yeah. We took just shy of 30 missionaries to PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia the week before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, things are trending up, and we're doing a lot. We kind of switched stuff around here at Love Thy Nerd, and so our Luke Filipiak, who was our director of missions, he's now our director of content engagement, community engagement. Jeez, Malou. He's our director.
Do you know what he is doing?
I do know. He's our director of community engagement, which means that he's putting together things like our Secret Santa. He's putting together things like our community game nights, and which we're doing usually the night before or the night after major holidays, right now. And we're trying to kind of work that into a better flow moving forward. But to fill that void, Joe Bragg, who is the head of the Christian Board Gamers group, like he's coming in, and he is now our director of missions. And this guy comes from an organization called Youth for Christ. Like, he just finished up with them a couple days ago at the time of this recording. And he's like, man, I got these great ideas. I want to do all this stuff. He wants to make missions sticky, which is an issue that we've had as an organization.
Hey, I have an idea.
I can't wait.
It's going to segue a little bit. Have you considered gingerbread parties?
What a wonderful segue.
They make things very sticky. I have it on good authority. So maybe you should incorporate that into missions and just see how it goes.
Hey, Joe, if you're listening, there you go. Gingerbread's housing.
Gingerbread house parties.
The Gingerbread Housing Project.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, well, I'm just going to roll with your segue then. Like, that sounds like you want me to get out of what I've been doing. So let's move on to gingerbread houses.
Well, it is Christmas. It's Christmas time is here.
It's beginning to taste a lot.
No, Christmas time is Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Christmas time is here. I'm not going to sing it. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Well, so I thought we would talk about some Christmassy things, because I think is it supposed to be a Christmas episode?
Sure. It's coming out.
I think it's supposed to be a Christmas
It's coming
episode.
out around Christmas. I don't know. So, Radio Matt knows when it's coming out.
Just for a little bit of funsies.
Okay.
I thought it would be fun to talk about the worst Christmas gifts we've ever gotten.
I have a Snoopy cup.
Is that the worst Christmas gift that you've ever gotten? It better not be, because that actually...
No,
you're talking about yours.
You're talking about Charlie Brown.
Oh, peanuts. Hey, it's a big peanuts year. Actually, we like to get those little ornaments that are magnetic that stick together.
We do.
And I actually won in our office ornament gift exchange the Snoopy and Woodstock magnetic.
I didn't know you
together,
won them. I thought that they
together.
were just.
I got
exchanged.
them.
Oh.
Yeah. I stole them. I stole them from an office mate because I wanted them. Because I knew you wanted them.
So you just you declared yourself. I have won because.
Yes.
It was not competitive.
I have conquered.
Okay. All right. Oh, I like it. I like your style. I like the cut of your jib.
But then PJ was like, well, which one is you and which one is Daddy?
I think you know.
I don't know.
I think you know.
I thought personality wise, I'd probably be Snoopy in your Woodstock.
Yeah, I think I was going to go there. Yeah.
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 Okay. Well, anyway, I forgot where I was going. Okay. So terrible Christmas gifts. I don't know if you've thought about it.
I have not, because you didn't tell me. I don't read. Come on now.
You gotta read the things I send you. While I'm talking. About the worst. There's a couple that come to mind. The first one, while it was very sweet, It's very kind. And the lead up to it was like the best of my Christmas gifts. My grandpa did one of those like writing clues, like a scavenger hunt to find my gift under the tree. And they lived down in Texas, like, you know, well, actually where we live right Texas now. But we at the time were living in New Mexico. They had brought what I soon found out was a live animal with them in their car all the way up. And he had, you know, he wrote all these clues. I went all around the house. It leads back to under the tree. And under there is a hamster in a cage that he made.
He didn't make the hamster. He made the cage.
He did not make the hamster.
Okay. All right.
And truthfully, I bet he didn't buy. I bet he did. I bet he bought the hamster at the pet store in the town that we lived. That would make way more sense.
Locally sourced.
Sure. Yeah. Nobody wants to bring a live hamster on an 8-hour car trip.
No,
but he did. So that was cool. Only I think that he made the cage out of cedar, which is very bad for hamsters.
It's bad for people too. Yeah.
So it died in 3 days. My hamster died.
Oh, after you got it?
Like he gave it to me on Christmas, and by December 28th, it was dead.
Oh no.
So we bought another one that looked exactly like it. It was, if anybody cares about hamsters, it was a teddy bear hamster it was like the gray, white, gray situation.
So
that one also died in 3 days.
Okay. So yeah, 2 hamsters.
Yeah. So
unalived, each after 3 days.
Yes. Because
the first one you could have blamed on Grandpa. Could have blamed it on Grandpa.
The cedar cage. The cedar cage that it was made out of cedar.
Okay.
Their little respiratory systems, no, they cannot do that. And
so how many hamsters
their environment was killing them, and I didn't know. So I got a different cage eventually, right. And then I was able to keep.
Then you're like, and you know what? I'm also going to feed and water this one.
It just was to help not. I loved animals, and I was a good carer of animals. I was good. I was way better than our kids at taking care of my animals. So anyway,
you've gone through twice as many hamsters as they have. I'll tell you that much.
More than twice. They've never had a hamster. I think hamsters are not good pets, but it's fine. So that was one. This was another really rough one. Or unless you want to go. Have you thought of one?
I'm still recovering from 2 hamsters down.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The other time, I don't know if you remember this. So I had a lot of skin problems as like a teenager / am a 38-year-old. Am I 38 now? Yeah.
That's a
38-year-old.
I don't know.
Have lots of skin problems.
I don't ask your age. So.
And I can remember as a very young woman, this guy from our first church handing me a box of Proactive that was like leftover from, I don't know, a relative of his. And it was like thought you might enjoy this. Like, oops. Yeah. And I can remember thinking like, I don't think.
What do you say to that?
I did not know how to process. Even now, I'm like, I don't know what because it felt embarrassing and offensive and all the things. I was listening to some kind of radio show where they were talking about what Gen Alpha and Gen Z believe that millennials want for Christmas. And most of them were spot on. It was like vacuum cleaners, expensive meats, Bath and Body Works scents because they were nostalgic to us.
Yeah. Cucumber melon.
What?
Yeah. No. That was the one. I wanted to eat that
Coconut lime would be one. Warm vanilla sugar was really big.
That one was good.
Anyway, one of the things on the list was like wrinkle products. And we were like, unless they specifically asked for that thing, you better not. You better not. Also, don't give anyone Proactive if they did not ask for it. Like wrinkle creams or acne creams, just don't. Don't do that.
I was about to explain what Proactive is, but our audience knows what it is.
Surely.
Like, they're in the...
It used to be on a lot of infomercials, and it would be like, it was a miracle product that would like help your like cystic acne
Yeah.
to go away.
What was it? Clearex?
Clearasil?
Clearasil? Was that the Brillo pads that used to?
I mean, there were so many different products.
Yeah.
There were many, many different products.
Yeah, the ones that toted
And
themselves as
most
cotton.
of them just were, they were so hard on your skin.
Yeah,
And,
it's like they had little pieces of glass in them, I think. Grief, it felt like.
Oh, well, you were just talking about exfoliating products.
Clearasil? You said that? That's what you said?
Clearasil was one of them.
Not Clearex. Clearasil.
There probably was a Clearex. Who
Why
even
not?
knows?
Yeah. Extreme cleaning.
Anyway, those were two really bad gifts that I.
Dude, I can't compete with that. I'm trying to even think outside of like a white elephant gift exchange, which is on
purposefully
purpose,
like
right?
not great. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I think I've only really gotten good gifts.
Oh,
What do you mean? Oh, no, I've lived
that's
a good
so
life.
sweet.
Yeah. I mean, I remember all the way back when, like,
Oh, never mind.
what
I was
were you
thinking
gonna
of
say?
something, but it was.
It wasn't me?
There's something you bought for yourself that was really disappointing. I was thinking about the cups
Which cups?
that looked this big, and they ended
Oh,
up this
they turned out to be like little teacups.
not even teacups, like
Yeah.
like espresso tiny cups.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. I've kind of, wish.com or Temu'd myself some interesting things. Back when TikTok Shop was like really big and booming, I bought a little, it also ended up being a little, speaker. You remember that
Oh.
thing? It was supposed to be like the size of a toddler.
I remember the shelf.
The shelf, dude. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yes,
That
it was
was-
supposed to be a full size shelf, and it was about this big.
It was supposed to be really cool. Like it was supposed to extend and fold down and do all sorts of stuff. And it did none of that and just was small. And so
So small.
it served its purpose into the trash can.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I order garbage to throw away. No, my mom used to get me a lot of really cool stuff. Like one year I had, I got a Ghostbusters firehouse with all the fixings.
Uh-huh.
And they just don't make toys like they used to. Like they really don't. It was like toddler size. It was huge. And I got, action figures to put in it. That year I also got a Ghostbusters trap. You step in the trap, it opens. And I also got a Ghostbusters big wheel that same year. Years before that, it was like Ninja Turtle stuff. And it was like we were at the store shopping for our kids the other day because Santa gets none of the credit at our house. We were at the store shopping for our kids, and I was looking at some of these toys, and they were like $25 a piece. And I just said, man, I really wish I loved my kids enough to buy them the gifts that I got when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well,
So sorry, bangers only for me.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I thought maybe we could talk about what nerds want for Christmas a little bit. I looked up a little bit.
Man.
You might be more connected. You can tell me if these are correct or not.
Oh, okay.
Correct. How
All
about
right.
that?
Yep, I love it.
Basically anything nostalgic. Nostalgia is king.
The answer is yes to that.
So, it's because we all have tons of stuff. Well, I shouldn't speak for everyone, but a lot of us really have more
More than we need.
than what we need.
I'm looking around this
And
room
so-
right now. Can verify
but
that.
anything custom or collectible from your favorite fandom
Yes.
is like really exciting. You kept showing me all of these Stranger Things pillows or
Yes.
Squishmallows or whatever, and I'm like, I do like Stranger Things. Do I need Robin as a pillow? I
think
don't.
yes. I think you do.
Not. I don't.
Agree to disagree.
So, number 2, Lego, always and forever.
Yes.
Lego is never out of style.
No.
It will never be done.
And
Well,
Lego's good.
I don't know what Lego would have to do to mess it up at this point, but
Lego's really good with nostalgia and also brand new stuff.
Yep.
Like it lives in both worlds.
So, and Lego has made it onto like many gift giving lists as like you can give this to anyone, any age. You can give Lego.
Yep.
And everyone likes it. Old people, babies, everywhere in between.
Yep.
People who like flowers, people who like Ninja Turtles, People who like Polaroid cameras. Like
Yes.
there's just something for everyone.
That one was cool though.
That one was cool.
That was really cool looking.
Also Stream Decks.
Oh yeah.
Stream Decks? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of them actually. They're littered all over the place here.
Littered. Does that mean you have one that is up for grabs?
Do you need one? I do. Actually, I think I might have another one in the shed. But yeah, so a Stream Deck is really great, and it's not just for people who stream. Don't let the name fool you. It is a button or a button and dial. If you get the Stream Deck Plus, but it's a peripheral for your computer that allows you to trigger things.
Yes.
And so, hey, I wanna run a set of commands, or I want to trigger a hotkey, or I want to open a program, or if we use it for streaming, I'm going to change the scenes that we're using and the things that show. Like all it is it's shortcuts right there at your fingertips. And oh my goodness, chef's kiss. Just love it to death.
Yeah. Also, well, okay, so RGB light
always
stuff. And headphones.
Yeah.
Lots of headphones. And man, you can drop some coin on headphones.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like the right pair of headphones is a big deal.
You know what's crazy is in the headphone game, and some of you will understand this. In the headphone game, for a while there, it was like Beats or bust.
Yeah.
You get a pair of Beats or you're just a square, right?
Tony says square.
Yeah. You're some jive turkey. And like it's from the 70s, you want to understand. But once Apple purchased Beats, that almost immediately ended.
It killed them?
Almost immediately.
Oh,
now you can
Apple.
still buy Beats.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is it moved from Beats to AirPods, which is an Apple product. Just saying.
That sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Oh, you think so? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they bought their competition and
killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercedes-6'd it.
I don't know if that's a fact, but anyway, you know what?
I would like a new
didn't
pair
put
of
headphones on my list because I need them, because the ones that I bought from basically Ross Dress for Less, PJ came to work one day and he went, "Ksh."
Your green ones.
Yeah, oh yeah. They've been dead for...
Those were cool. They had like a scented
They've been dead for
thing.
6 months at least. And I don't have any. So I have to take any meetings that are like Zoom types of meetings. I just like walk around the office until I find someone else whose office is empty and I go in their office. I don't have a real office. Like I don't have a door.
You live in the hall.
I tell somebody at least once a week that I don't have a door, just hoping that the right person
Santa brings you a door.
is going to hear that I would love a door. But
what would you like for Christmas, little girl?
yeah, there are lots of people who like are out of office a lot because they're ministers, so they're doing important things. They're doing hospital visits. They're doing
blah blah blah
things that are not in the office.
Whatever.
I'm like, I will use their office for my meeting.
So why? We're gonna have this conversation live on stream. Why, or on the podcast here? Why do you not just use budget money to buy a pair of headphones?
I don't know.
Just do it.
Because every week our pastor is like, Lord, we thank you. We pray that we're generous, which we're going to talk about here in a minute anyway.
Spoilers.
And, prays over the offering and is like, and Lord, we pray that we won't waste a dime. And I take that seriously, man. And so I actually don't think that's wasting. I do not have a budget. Like Planning Center, which we pay a lot of money into Planning Center. But I don't know what budget that comes out of, but I don't have a budget.
Yeah, well,
my department doesn't really have a budget. So.
Well, and it never will if you don't start asking for things you need, lady.
Well, I don't really need a budget. I just need a pair of headphones.
If anybody at First Baptist Church Marble Falls is listening and or watching, this chick needs a pair of headphones.
Anyway.
Or she's going to steal your office.
I will steal your office. I will borrow it. Anyway, okay. Well,
That was a good list. Yeah.
that's
What you
that's a
didn't
good
have on
list.
there were like
Thanks,
just
babe.
video games in general.
Okay. What was that? Hold on. It's going to come to me. What was the game that I just bought for you for game night?
For me,
Oh,
Metroid
that's-
Prime 4.
Yeah, shoot. I wasn't going to get there.
No, you weren't. Yeah. That game, it's one of the games, it's one of the only games right now for the Switch 2 that didn't do super well in the review side of things. Like we waited.
We bought a dud.
Well, it's going to happen.
Oh.
That happens. We waited forever for that game to come out. We, the people, waited forever for that game to come out. And it just didn't hit the way that it should have. And that's okay. It happens. The Switch 2 only has like 6 actual games, which doesn't justify it as a console just yet. And so I'll be interested to see on the tail end of this year how the Switch 2 landed. But Xbox is still pretty high. PlayStation's still pretty high. That kind of stuff. And then the regular Switch stuff will just sell like hotcakes. It absolutely will. Because it's all backwards compatible. But a lot of people are spending their money on Steam games, computer games.
Oh, I was reading about that.
Tons of it. Because they're about to really unlock the winter sale. And once that goes, people will buy hundreds of dollars of games they'll never play because they're pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. Then it's like buying garbage.
Well, you need something. You have it so you don't need it. That's what Matt always says. We have it so we don't need it.
Well, what do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? I want a bidet.
Okay.
Yep. I don't care who knows it. I have wanted one for a very long time. But like truly speaking, if I got absolutely nothing for Christmas, that would be fine for me. I know you want nothing for Christmas. No, seriously, like I would much rather.
Is there anything that makes you feel worse than someone else being like, all I want for Christmas is to watch you open gifts?
That is what I want. I get joy out of that. And do you want to know why? Because, for instance, I'm hanging out at my friend's house last night. We're playing a really fun game called Pop Darts, which I've seen at conventions all over the world, and I've never picked it up. I played it for 2 hours at his house, ordered it.
Why didn't you just be like, hey, Cody? Oops, I said his name.
Oops.
Hey, can we come over and
Colby.
play this game again at your house?
I could have done that, but I didn't. But when I was leaving, he invited me. He's like, hey, you should come back over and we should play Zombicide.
Okay.
Or any other game that we have. Again, looking around this room.
Playing that one with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah. But
we'll
I mean,
see
like,
if Santa brings you.
Santa gets none of the credit in this house. I also am in the process of building a computer, right? For a new streaming computer and moving to a 2 PC setup for that so that we can play games and also stream. And right now, like the things that I would actually put on a want and or need list are very expensive. And so
I feel like that shouldn't really count as a Christmas list.
so it doesn't.
Because
and that's why it's easier for me to say, nah, don't worry about it.
This is the thing. This is the thing about Christmas lists.
Tell me the thing about Christmas lists.
That it kind of drives me crazy. So, and I am 100% certain that I've talked about this before in one of our many other Christmas episodes. I didn't come from a Santa household, but there was this thing that happened in my neighborhood once a year. Santa would come on a fire truck, and it was really exciting because all the kids got to climb up into the tall part, like the ladder of the fire truck kind of, or I don't know. You were on top of the fire truck where Santa was sitting and you got to sit in his lap and so I climbed up there and he's like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like,
this fire truck.
Doll. That wasn't what I wanted for Christmas. I had no idea what to say because it's like, part of gift giving, should we be able to ask for things that we want? Yes. But also, like, our kids, they ask for these very detailed things.
Very
And it
specific
sort
things,
of like robs you of the joy of being able to just walk through a store and be like, when I see that, it makes me think of this person or this one of my children. And I know they would enjoy it so much. But I guess I have to get these.
What's the good in between?
There has to, yeah, because
between like being very specific and gaslighting Santa Claus, right?
Not just Santa Claus. You also are like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I don't know.
To not wake up before 7 a.m.
I do want that. I
gave you that yesterday.
I know.
Sorry, I didn't wrap
one day in like 2.5 weeks that I got to like not have an early morning wake up. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of keep some things throughout the year of like, oh, that would be nice to have, or that would be nice to have, so that when you ask, I have at least something to send you, because you like to have direction.
I love to have a list.
You like to have direction, and I like to walk through a place and be like, oh,
I also like to walk through a place, but I would like to walk through a place with you and say, put it in the cart. Let's do that. Because I mean, seriously, we've talked about this just the other day, where it's like, hey, we're gonna start. This is a Notion house. Okay, we're going to start these Notion databases of our people. We're talking about our kids, but I think it's probably wise for you and I to have this as well. That it's like, hey, this is their favorite color. They're right or left-handed. This is their shoe size. This is their shirt size.
Right or left-handed? How many gifts are right and left-hand specific besides scissors?
Gloves, baseball gloves.
Oh, okay.
Oh my geez, lady. Okay.
There's two things.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't want to get it wrong though.
A guitar.
Okay, guitars, yeah. Drumsticks.
What?
Not drumsticks. But anyway, like having this list of things that you can go back and just reference, because you don't want to get somebody, again, garbage, right? Like, I don't want to waste my money on getting you something that you will hate. And if part of my gift is watching you open it, I want you to like what you open.
Okay.
And so like having this, even if you're like, well, it's something on this list, which, by the way, nothing you get for Christmas this year is on a list you gave me.
Oh, did he give you a list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are still going to love it.
I believe you.
Or else.
Okay.
Well,
that
tone
a little changed dark. Really little fast.
Dark. Yeah. But seriously, like I want you to like whomever. I want them to like the thing. And so if it's like, hey, I got this thing because I really thought that you would like it, and they're like, I hate it, I cannot wait for the next white elephant gift exchange so that I can put this thing in there. Or, hey, I actually need you to not go to the Goodwill in the next 2 months because you'll see this item there. So.
Well, okay. So I think I'm going to transition into,
Segue,
the more like the deeper, heavier part of the podcast.
Go on. Yeah.
Which is the spiritual side of things. So we're church nerds, and we talk about nerdy things, and we talk about, spiritual and churchy things.
We do both of those things.
And I wanted to talk about generosity kind of as a way of life, which is funny because I had to do a podcast for our church.
Which we're just going to play now.
No, we're not. Okay. No, we're not. But it was about generosity also.
I know. I helped you write it. It's great.
I know. Well, while I was recording that podcast, I just missed Bubba so much because I just feel like I'm not as good of a podcaster.
I thought you did great,
without
by the way. I will link to that podcast because I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
It was not a plug for that podcast.
Nope,
I just like our vibe. And nobody fought with me on that podcast at all.
What's the point?
What is the point? So, of course, I mean, since people have been since God has been calling people from Abraham on, I feel like he's calling them into generosity, and he's being generous to them. Like a lot of the concepts that are character traits that we would teach our kids, like even through our school curriculum and all kinds of stuff. When I was homeschooling the kids, it was like, we are going to do this because God did this. So
very one-to-one because.
Yeah. Like we love other people because God first loved us. We want to be kind to people because God is kind to us.
Yeah.
So, generosity notwithstanding here, like the Lord has been generous to us. And he also honors that and blesses us as his people when we display that like character quality of his to the world and to one another. So I just wanted to talk about that. And
let's do it. And
explore it a little bit. So, of course, in like Deuteronomy, so thinking back, early Old Testament kind of stuff, like when God has given the law or is giving the law, he talks about being generous. A lot of the generosity that we see at that point in time, like we're talking about like buying people Lego and the gifts that we're giving to our children. But generosity is a lot more than just like giving fun gifts to people. Like when we're like, gift giving is my love language. That's not even what I'm talking about. Like not just the ability to give a really kind, thoughtful gift, but like to live in a way that is generous with the people around you is more than just a thoughtful gift. Don't get me wrong. I love a good gift giver.
Hey, for every person whose spiritual love language is gift giving.
Oh no, stop.
There is a person like me.
Come on.
Who's what? My love language, my spiritual gift is receiving. It's
not a thing.
How good are you at receiving gifts?
I'm okay.
You're terrible at it. Don't you dare.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'm getting better. Forget about it.
In the Old Testament, a lot of the generosity that we see mentioned is about giving to the poor. Like looking around you, like open your eyes when you're walking around and notice people around you. Notice who is struggling, and don't pass them by. Give to them.
Literally give to those in need.
So in Deuteronomy 15, God is talking about like if you have a person around you, and he says, brothers, but it's, your townspeople around you, and you see somebody who becomes poor, because realistically it can happen. As much as our culture oftentimes like almost demonizes poverty, and in church we do that a lot. Well, if you had made better decisions, then you wouldn't be in this situation. It can be true, but it can also come, like poverty can hit people through no like decision making of their own. Sometimes like we're one medical crisis, one weird layoff or whatever.
One away. Most of us are one away
from not having a house. Or like a lot of people don't have like lots of savings or all kinds of stuff. So poverty, being poor, when you see somebody struggling, basically, the Lord is saying like keep your eyes open to that and a soft heart.
We don't have time to get into like the generational gap in those kinds of statements.
Sure.
Like even scripturally speaking, from people in biblical times, like things were handed down from generation to generation. And I mean, truth be told, like we're having conversations with the seniors in our immediate lives that are like, well, we're not really going to be leaving you money. We're going to leave you experiences. And it's like, I love that. I cherish that. But that is not a financial security of any kind for us. You and I, or anybody that's listening to this, we are in a generation of like bootstraps. Like if you thought it was difficult when you were growing up to buy or own a home or anything like that, we literally had no idea what it was going to be like. And if you do own a home, you are blessed. You are absolutely 100% blessed, and you should hold on to that sucker for as long as you can. That is your family heirloom these days.
Okay. Well,
So that makes okay. Let me
kind of a
qualify
downer.
that. That makes generosity that much more like palpable in our society, right? Like it's not just, oh, yeah, here's you might need something. It's like, man, if there are people that are destitute, especially around the Christmas time frame, right? Hey, well, we want to give somebody, the chance to have a good Christmas. It's like, man, you have no idea giving them money or giving them things so that they can give it to the kids in their lives or nieces, nephews, whatever it is in their lives, to be able to, for them who cannot afford anything, to be able to then offer a gift to somebody else in their life. Like, that's huge, because the Bible tells us that the Lord blesses the giver. And so us being generous and giving somebody the opportunity to give something to somebody else, it can kind of start to create this blessing kind of in perpetuity from the Lord. It's not that formulaic. I don't want to make it sound like it is, but God very specifically says that I'm blessing the giver. And so when we give other people that opportunity, I think that really does a lot.
Well,
thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think with this concept we see over and over and over, like throughout the Bible. Of course, you think about like the Good Samaritan as a good example of it too, of just like keeping an open eye, and a soft heart for people around you, people who may not look like you, people who aren't on the same side of the aisle as you, people who aren't in the same class as you or whatever. Like there's a lot of, in that story, like no excuse for othering.
Sure.
No, because this is about who we are as God's people. Psalms and Proverbs are definitely full of language about generosity. One that is really good that I like is in Proverbs 11. It says, "One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want." So like hoarding doesn't make you richer or wealthier. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. And I think that is like, you see that principle play out in the world, where it's like, people, if you have a person who's been generous that ends up being in need, people have no problem giving to that person.
No.
And shower them. Or like, people don't necessarily want to give to stingy people, like the Scrooges of the world.
Not usually.
And also talking about when we lend to other people, we are lending to the Lord.
Yeah.
Or if you give, someone a cup of cold water in my name, all of those kinds of things.
Which I've always loved that idea, because generosity gets pigeonholed a lot of times. Like, you have to do this. You have to help this person in a very specific way. And it's like, no, it's really the idea. It's not even a blanket statement. It's just the idea of, are you meeting the needs that a person has? Are you defining the needs, or are you meeting the needs? Right? Like, we talk about that a lot with Love Thy Nerd. It's like, we're not going to determine in and of ourselves what these nerds need. We know that the blanket statement is Jesus. But we're not going to determine like how we get to that point, right? If you need to play a game, let's sit down and play a game. If you need to have a conversation, let's sit down and do that. If you need somebody to, staff your booth, let's do that. Like, what is the need that you have? We're going to give you that cold cup of water in the name of Jesus. And I think that, we're all out Christmas shopping. Maybe not out Christmas shopping. The internet's a thing these days. But like, if you've gone out, you've probably, you know, in cities and stuff like that. You've seen people on street corners and stuff like that. Really, the tests internally is do you look away from that person, right? Now, we're not going to get into it if that's a work or anything like that. Does that person actually need something? That's not what we're talking about. But I would say that the question is, do you look away from that thing so that you don't lock eye contact, lock eyes with that person, and then be like, oh, well, now I have to give, or I have to, oh, sorry, I don't have my billfold on me.
I
Yeah.
feel very called out.
Well, I'm only talking to you. And so, yeah, well, I think we've all done that.
I struggle with those moments. I think too, like when you're talking about, you know, not like what is the need in the conversation of generosity. It's like, of course, we're reading that it's like there's not really an excuse for whether we have money or don't have money, whether or not we can be generous.
Sure.
Basically, because that's what Proverbs, like the principles in Proverbs are talking about, is like saving it is not going to make you have more.
Yeah.
Which, sorry, Dave Ramsey, but
Oops.
no, it's like, I mean, another one is whoever has a bountiful eye will be blessed, for he shares his bread with the poor. Like some of it is just the way you see with the world. It's the idea of like scarcity mindset, or what's the other side of scarcity mindset?
You got a lot of stuff.
Oh no, I can't think of the word. Somebody out there is screaming it at their
plentiful mindset.
Yeah,
overabundance.
Abundance is the word.
Okay, sorry.
So thank you for that.
I did not know where you were going with that.
Well, I mean, like there are even if we are like, I don't want to endorse like don't pay your mortgage so that you can give to people. We're not trying to like go into debt so that we can be generous or something like that. But some of it is about looking at like, what has the Lord given to me? Because he gives us what we need, and like, what can I share with others? Our pastor, I think when he was doing his
doctorate
like series on generosity summer when I did the podcast, one of the stories that he told was about how when he moved into the area, the senior pastor who was on staff when he came in took him out to lunch, and he paid for lunch that day. The senior pastor did, and our pastor now was like, oh man, I don't want you to pay for lunch, because the thing is, like, I don't know, nobody who's been on this church staff has made just like boatloads of money. And so Ross, our pastor, was like, I don't want him to have to do this. And the pastor, his name was Max, he was like, oh, Ross, I'm the richest man in Marble Falls. And so our pastor was saying, I have seen what he was being paid. I know he wasn't the richest man in Marble Falls, but he had enough to share.
Yeah.
And so that made him, he felt like, you know, like he was the richest that day.
The richest boy in the whole land.
And I think it so changed my mindset of like, if I have enough to share, that is abundance. That is, like, that is being rich. And we pretty much always have enough to share. There have been very few times in our life, realistically, that we couldn't share.
That's dude, even when we had nothing. I mean, when we were in about 20 years ago at this point. And
we haven't been married 20 years.
Have we not?
Nice try.
I said about 20 years ago. So it is about 20 years ago. So we'll say, 17 years, 8 months, 4 days. And but about roughly 20.
That was actually really close.
15 to 20 years ago. I know. I know when we got married. But about that long ago, you know, we were dirt poor.
Yeah.
Poor.
Yeah.
And I was youth pastor.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a large youth group. I think there were maybe 10 kids if it was popping, right? But we had a very consistent amount of kids that kind of hovered between, 5 to 7 ish. And they all lived in the neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
And they would wind up at our house.
Yeah.
and teenagers love to eat food. They love it.
They do eat.
Yeah. And we would look at each other and go, don't know how we're going to do that. And then like loaves and fishes, every time. And onion potato soup. We never fed them that. We're not animals. But,
no, we received a whole box of onions one time.
Oh, we did receive a
and you hated
We threw it out, didn't we?
I
don't want to be wasteful, but
I think we gave them to your granny and she froze them. I think that's what happened.
I feel like I chucked them over the back fence. But but we did it anyway because it was a thing that needed to be done. And it's not that these kids were just so derelict that they couldn't, get food from their own houses or whatever, but they were at our house.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've always been very generous with our time, with our money. Sometimes I'm a little too generous with the money that we have. Like I like to tip well. I like to buy people gifts.
It's humble brags right now.
I'm not humble bragging anything. I'm just being real with everybody. Like it has caused some issues between you and I.
because of my
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're very shrewd.
No, that's stingy.
Okay. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but
I'm putting it out there.
All right. Yeah.
We have to, that's a balance, like thing that we have.
It is. Yeah. But not always has that come from like a really good place for me. Right. Like it's just, well, I'm going to do it. I want to do it. And we can do it. And it hasn't always been a cold cup of water in the name of the Lord. Let's just put it that way. But still, at the end of the day, being able to do that, we have found that even in we just closed down, going back to the very beginning. What's the thing that we've been doing? Well, we are kind of closing the door on a chapter of our life for a year. For 9 years, we have been life group leaders, and we have been engaged in the life group movement at our church for 15-ish, something like that. And so it's, I guess, closer to 12. I don't know exactly the time frame, but like for a very long time, we've been engaged in that movement at our church. And we decided that this was going to be 2026 is going to be our year of Jubilee. And so we told all of our people in like June that we were going to stop hosting life group. And that was a tough decision, but it's a decision that we came to prayerfully and very deliberately came to that decision. But even up to that point, for all of the years that we've been doing this, and even learning from the Stubblefields, right? Like the people that we straight up stole this model from, 100% scalped it.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of credit, but man, we stole it from them. Their continued like ferocious generosity, right? Mm-hmm. Like we kind of looked at each other and said, hey, we're just going to do that. If that means that we have to buy extra groceries because now we have to feed more people than we thought, we're going to do that because we're always going to have a meal when people come to our house. Like we want them to feel welcomed. We want them to, they didn't have time to cook or to eat or whatever. Hey, you're coming over. You don't even have to bring anything. Just be in our home, and we will have food. Gift giving, stuff like that. Like people have been very generous with us, but we try to give them also things that we know that they need from time to time. And so, it's just like, that's been a thing that generosity has permeated like who we are as a couple, who we are as a family, for a very long time.
See, I'm coming into this like we could do so much better at this.
Oh no, don't get me wrong.
I like
we could.
I don't know. I write this. Just last couple weeks, I like literally saw someone on the side of the road and I couldn't stop. And it was for safety reasons that I couldn't stop because it had to do with traffic.
Sure.
You know, Jesus didn't talk about like whether you have a toddler in the back of the car who can get out of their seatbelt and will run into traffic if you try to stop and help someone that you know on the side of the road. I felt really bad.
But
and thinking, I'm in the Bible and I'm not one of the good ones.
But
because I passed by my friend.
But you did give a cold cup of Starbucks in the name of the Lord.
I don't know if it
or
was
a warm
hot or
cup.
cold, but I did. That felt like the smallest, lamest thing that I could do. Like, I'm sorry you had such a bad day.
There's literally
Please
nothing you
get
could have done
yourself
besides
some
that to help.
Starbucks.
You could have been another crying woman in the street. That's what you could have been
Oh
doing.
man, no one was crying, but yeah.
Well, if you had stopped.
Anyway, like I feel like we could level up our generosity so much.
Sure.
Because it's like there's some stories in the New Testament where Paul is talking about people who are basically impoverished themselves. They don't have a lot, but are like giving abundantly to other people. And I'm like, I'm not there yet. I still have such a long way to go. Like there's something in me that just like when I'm seeing the dollar amounts, I'm like, is just shrinking back and like, I don't know how to, I don't know.
Just full send on generosity, bro. That's what we do.
Yeah. Need to do it. Cause there's always the like, well, generosity and stewardship, how.
Well, so like before we wrap this up though, like one of the things that we were talking about when we first started even talking about this episode, I think this is kind of what even might have launched it, was the Methodist movement.
Oh yes. I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say the Methodist movement, I'm not diminishing it. It's a denomination, several denominations at this point. Oh. And so
John Wesley,
like the initial start of it.
His three rules of money.
Yeah, send it.
So John Wesley had three things he would say: gain all you can, save all you can, give all you can. So basically, gain all you can is be diligent and work hard.
Go get it. Get that bread.
Don't expect for people to just be giving you stuff. Get out there and work for your money, which is scriptural too. Like there's this one passage where Paul's like, don't steal stuff from other people. If you don't feel like you have what you need, go get a job, go work with your hands. And then save all you can, which is not like put everything you can into a savings account. That is not what he's talking about. Yeah. He's talking about don't live extravagantly. If you could live on less, do that. Do that.
Live within your means.
We were talking to someone at church this morning who was talking about the ways that they shop for their kids. And I was like, oh man, you guys are so good at this. Because they're like, we all through the year, we're at thrift stores and we're like,
it's 100% cheaper the way
like
they do it.
Refurbishing Disney dolls and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's not cheaper to do that stuff, but that's the kind of stuff that they do. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, saving by like, if you're making more, don't go get a bigger and better thing. Stay with your modest thing. Get the cheaper groceries, like get generic or whatever. And then the third thing is give all you can.
Yeah.
So
that's the big one.
And not meaning that you're not taking care of yourself, not taking care of your family or anything like that, but that we are not. This is what I'm saying is when we're saving, we're not saving to put it in a piggy bank. We're saving so that we can then give that to other people around us. And so the concept too is like, if you learn, early on in our marriage, when we're dirt poor, we learn that we can live on, this tiny amount of money, or like if you could live, $20 is not the right word, but if you could live on $20 for the however long, and then you start to make more later, like you still know later that you can live on $20. So if you're making $100, that should, in theory, mean you have $80 extra
could now
be given.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to get into like there's a whole bunch of stuff tied up in that when we're talking about the compensation of
Not our place to say.
pastors or missionaries or anybody. Like, are we making fair wages? What is really reasonable for us to expect people to live on? And is it okay to have luxuries sometimes? Should we expect people to be living as if they're broke all the time? Because of course, then you get into this whole other sin problem of like judging other people for different things. And I'm not trying to go there, but the concept that John Wesley was talking about, where it's like, in theory, we should, if we're making more and we can still live on less, that means we have all of that to give to people in need, which is what God was talking about back in Deuteronomy, back in Leviticus. That's like, when keep your eyes open and be looking around and seeing people in need.
Be mindful.
And take care of those people with that excess that you have.
I think that when your generosity comes out of the overflow, like that's the beauty, right? Like I'm generous, but I'm generous in abundance. Like that's great. When your generosity comes out of your scraps, when your generosity comes out of, well, I'm going to do this and this and this and whatever I have left over, then we'll be generous. It's like, well, that's not really the heart of generosity, right? And I think we've talked about this ad nauseum before in life group and probably even on this podcast at some point. But Francis Chan and his book Crazy Love was kind of disruptive for us and for the group that we were going through at the time. And a lot of the people in that group had money, had tons of money. And then there was us who knew what money was. We had heard of it before. And he gets to a point where he's like, well, I don't even, I don't have insurance. We just live in community, right? And we know that if we have need, that somebody in the community will step up, and basically vice versa. Like if anybody else needs something, we'll step up and do that. And that is a really radical way to live. It absolutely is. And even if you can't get there, that's too much of a stretch. It's even just the idea of something like that. It's that's the level of generosity, right? Again, I'm not going to determine what the need is. The people in the community are going to determine what the need is. I mean, one of my favorite scriptures in the entire Bible is, they will know that you are my disciples because of the love that you have for one another. And I think that the best way that we show people love is by meeting the needs that they have. And again, sometimes the needs can be fairly frivolous. And sometimes the needs are like, hey, we need to eat this week. We need to pay our mortgage this week. We need, our transmission went out, just the other week in one of our vehicles. And so that was a need for us. And so just all these different things that pop up, we don't go through it with a fine tooth comb and go, well, my Trapper Keeper doesn't have a conversion chart for that need.
A list for Santa.
Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, generosity, again, if you guys don't know much about Love Thy Nerd and Church Nerd specifically, we're not really giving you final answers. We just want to kind of get you guys moving down a path of thought-provoking discussion.
Think about it. Talk about it.
Where you at with generosity?
Talk to us about it. Talk to your
please.
friends
We'd love to.
about it. Well, we need to do a nerdy recommendation.
Nerdy recommendation. Absolutely. Hey, we like to do this on every one of our yearly episodes.
I really want to do more episodes, you guys.
I don't even know why you say that out loud.
Legitimately.
You're just getting their hopes up.
No, this is I was listening actually to our podcast, and
I listen to it a lot.
I know that's so silly to listen to our podcast, but I'm once upon a time I had good things to say and thoughts, and it's just fun. It's
you still got
fun.
Them.
It's
you still
fun
got them.
to record, and I like it, and I want to do more.
Well, too bad. Sorry. You quit your job.
I'm gonna try, you guys.
So nerdy recommendation. Okay. Some of you may be thinking to yourselves, oh no, last minute Christmas shopping. I should probably do that. Too bad. It's too late.
It's too late.
You missed it. Get a jump start on next year's, I guess.
Hey, By after Christmas, everything is cheaper.
That's
because
true.
they're moving out inventory because the new year is coming and they don't want to have to claim that on tax, like come tax time.
Sometimes
so
for
it
like
is legitimately the best time to buy.
for our like family Christmas, like greater family Christmas, we just moved it to New Year's.
Yep.
And I really liked that. How
Anyway,
how do we get
money-saving
everybody
tip.
to do that?
Nerdy recommendation. That's not the nerdy
That's not the nerdy recommendation. But our nerdy recommendation for today and for this episode for this year is our store, our merch. You guys can see here. I'm wearing this beautiful Jesus Loves You Nerd script shirt, and you can go and buy this at our store, lovethynerd.com/store. We've got hoodies. We've got hats. I'm not wearing the hat because when I wear the hat and the shirt, it's too
a little
much.
much.
It's too much of the same message.
A little much.
But we've got hoodies,
He
sweatshirts.
doesn't love you that much.
He likes you at that point. He would like to see other people. We've got like a really cool, like a starter jacket. You guys remember starter jackets from way back when? Everybody had a Dallas Cowboys starter jacket.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one of
I'm
those.
just learning about this. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Is it puffy?
It's like a starter jacket.
I feel like all of the starter jackets I saw were like Mavericks.
Mavericks? No,
And
they were
Dallas.
all Dallas Cowboys. Every
Cowboys.
single one of them. I had a friend who had a Charlotte Hornets one, but when in my elementary school, story time, the Lost and Found.
The Hornets, were they like teal and white?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
think my brother had one of those.
Well, he probably left it at my school because
Got it.
the people would just go shopping in the Lost and Found. It was just a box that they left out, which I think is crazy town. Because
They weren't labeled.
well, but
But anybody can take anything.
so they did. I did. We all did. We would change out our stuff. We'd come home with a new jacket like every other week. It was great.
Bubba Stallcup.
Absolutely, I did.
You are the
Hey,
problem.
the Lord's still working on me.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. But anyway, go to our store, lovethynerd.com/store. Get your own stuff to leave at your local elementary school.
I actually did. Somebody showed up to a gift exchange recently without a gift, and I was like, "Well, you go check the church Lost and Found. We could find something in there."
Anna,
People,
were you just seriously dogging on me and you did it
The
recently?
hypocrisy. It's just that when you look in the Lost and Found on the regs, you know what's been there for a year.
Dude.
Remember when there used to be that one single
Yeah.
sequin shoe?
Yeah, I do actually. Caleb, our oldest,
We should have put that in the White Elephant gift exchange.
We should just
That would've
cleaned
been
it out.
Hilarious.
just cleared the whole thing out. Caleb, our oldest, he lost something and he was looking for it. And he went to go look at the Lost and Found and came back and he's like, there's like pants in there. It's like a thrift store. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and legitimately, for our last night of life group, we had our annual Christmas White Elephant gift exchange, and I 100% did put in all of the dishes into the gift exchange, like with notes that are like, please return this bowl to so-and-so, because
And the best
these
part,
things have got to leave my house.
the best part, they did it.
They did
They
do
did it. They
with
were like, no, this is mine. I want it fair and
people.
square. They were like,
It
I
wasn't just that. We put other good things
think
in
this
there.
is your, I don't know. We put good things, we put other things in there. So anyway, lovethynerd.com/store.
All right. Well, you know what time it is.
It's time for our Church Nerds Memory Verse.
Is that the jingle?
It should be. I just now came
Okay.
up with it.
This one is, I love this verse. This is Luke 6:38. It says, "Give and you will receive. Your gift will return to you in full, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more, running over and poured into your lap. The amount you give will determine the amount you get back." I love the imagery of the like trying to stuff it in and make room for more, but still it's too much. It makes me think of when I'm like refilling the flour container. Is always like
Oh,
a messy time. So you pour it in and it's just like, because flour, it compacts.
uh-huh.
You know, that's why if you're a real baker, you know you're supposed to like fluff it up before you measure. And why you really should measure your flour by weight, because if you just get a cupful of packed flour versus a cupful of loose flour, it's wildly different. Anyway, that's like baking nerd stuff. Okay. Anyway, but
am I cake?
Trying to refill the flour container, like you fill it and flour is going everywhere, and I'm always like shaking it to try to make it settle just a little more,
okay,
so I can pour a little more in, and it is messy, and it is in my lap, and it's all over me.
Interesting.
That is how we're giving. That's how God gives back to us.
I was thinking
refills us up
like espresso, like you have to compact the espresso in the little,
like a French press.
Sure.
Oh
yeah,
pressed down.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You had more to say about it, so we'll go with the flour one.
Anyway, yeah, that's Luke 6:38. So, awesome.
I thought we were going to do
that verse.
our church's verse, our giving verse.
Are we
you ready?
Okay.
So this is really fun. If you go to our church, play along.
This is so weird
Play
already.
along. Sometimes we say this every week. We've said it every single week for the last
13 years.
At least.
As long as we've gone to this church, it's 13 and a half years.
At least 13 years, right?
Yeah.
And I know this because I made the dadgum slide. Are you ready? Sometimes it doesn't show up on the screen, and like anybody, it could be our pastor, it could be somebody else, or like, we don't know it.
We just keep going.
So this is going to be our test. Ready? Now therefore, our God, we thank you and we praise your glorious name. But who am I and who are my people that we should be able to offer as generously as this? For all things come from you, and from your hand we have given you. 2 Chronicles 29:13, baby! Bucket.
I just can feel the discomfort of people right now. I hate chanting and like the sound of groups of people saying things together.
I don't
it sounds so creepy to me.
I don't like the pacing of it. Because it's something.
No. Therefore, our God.
We are. That the timing throws me off, but I love that we've been doing that.
I also don't like looking each other in the eyes while we're saying it, because I just want to laugh. I hope that felt as weird for you as it did for me.
Hey, I hope you 100%ed it.
Welcome.
I hope you got it. I've shared that verse with so many people. Like my dad, he was a pastor, and now he's in the area missionary in his part of Arizona. And he was like, "Hey, we're talking about like generosity and giving and all sorts of stuff." And I was like, "Have I got the verse for you? This is the one that we've been doing forever, and I love it."
I do. It is my favorite liturgy that we do at our church.
Yeah. I don't know the new one yet.
I'm getting there.
The worship liturgy.
I'm getting there. We're about a year into that one, and I'm getting it.
Yeah.
The old memory, it doesn't work like it used to. But yeah, it's just a good reminder of like, what God has done for us and why we're doing what we're doing.
Love it.
It's good. And that's it. That's all I got, man.
Hey, we made it through another episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope that you got what you needed from us this year. And we'll see you in 365 days. No, hopefully sometime before then. We don't want to make any promises on it. But if you like this or any of this stuff, we've got plenty more at lovethynerd.com. Just do yourself a favor. Go hang out there for a while. Hundreds of hours of content, written, recorded, video, and audio on there. And so spend some time, use a little Google machine, search bar, do all those things. Just type in words or phrases that you think nerds would use and learn something about it. I promise you that it will benefit not just you, but the relationships with the nerds in your life. Well, hey, I'm Bubba Salka.
I'm Anna.
And we'll catch you next time, whenever the heck that is, on the next episode of Church Nerds. And if no one else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd. Now, therefore, our God, we thank you. We didn't say it with me.
Stop.
Bye.